So they pay every 2 weeks. I'm here with my family, my husband. I have 2 babies. 5 years. With my crocodile eyes, I have never seen any snake, any poisonous.
Hey beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. It's Dale here. If you are seeing my face for the first time, you're welcome. And today I've got a lovely guest with me. I'll let her introduce herself. From the title of this video, you already know what time it is. We're just going to talk all about Australia. And this time we are bringing someone that is already there, that lived there for a couple of years, for her to tell us her story. She's a Nigerian, and I'm sure do justice with these questions that are troubling all of us, because you guys know I'm moving already and I want to carry as much as possible with me to Australia. So if you are interested, please make sure to watch this video to the end, and don't forget to leave us questions, or if you have any observations, just let us know in the comment section. I'll be happy to help. Right, can you introduce yourself to my viewers?
Hi everyone, how are you guys doing? First of all, Merry Christmas. As you can see behind me, Christmas tree is up. Yeah. So hello everyone, my name is Vera and I'm a Nigerian, like she said, and I've been living here for quite a while, if I say so myself.
How long?
5 years.
Nice.
That's long enough. Good. I'm here with my family, my husband, 2 little babies. One is down here beside me, just in case you hear any noise. So
please pardon us.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. So we'll just go straight to the questions. How is life like in general in Australia?
Life is good. I won't lie. I can't complain. Life is beautiful. Basic amenities that that you get in same countries. I mean, everything is here. The security is the major one for me. Here is very safe, it's very peaceful. People are loving, people are kind and respectful. So yeah, I love it. Generally, life is good.
You say people are nice and lovely. Have you ever experienced any form of racism in Australia?
It wasn't direct, so they don't put it on your face or make it so obvious, but definitely it's there. But then it's not so pronounced like in other countries. They don't come up to you and say, "Oh, you're black, you black girl, you black girl." You know how it is in America. You see a lot of
we know
you see a lot of that on social media. Like someone coming up to you and saying, "Go back to your home country." No, I haven't experienced it like that.
I think it's almost the same like the UK, like subtle racism. You only feel the racism if you put your mind to it. Like they might do something very minute and it's racism, but it's not that pronounced. I think it's the same with the UK.
Yeah, it's not. That's not an issue.
So I know Australia is a very big continent. What part of Australia are you currently living in?
I live in the state New South Wales, or NSW as they call it. So my city is Newcastle. I know you guys have Newcastle as well.
We have Newcastle and we have South Wales. We have Wales in the UK.
New South Wales. You have. Let me tell you one thing here. You see Australia. Australia is like a mixture of the UK, the US, and Canada.
Really?
Yeah. So you know how they have Toronto in Canada?
Yeah.
Just a city or a town close to me is called Toronto. And then you have Wales, New South. So it's just a combination of, like I said, America, UK, and Canada. So
amazing. So how is the weather like in South Wales?
The weather is great for somebody like me. I don't like cold. Me and cold are not friends. So
I thought it would be.
So yeah, but it can really get hot. Let me not lie, it can get hot during summer.
Is it as hot as 40, 50 degrees?
Yeah, not 50. 50 might be too much. But I think around 40, 42.
Okay.
But it depends on where you live, by the way. So in New South Wales, it gets relatively hot. Like it can get to 40, 41 degrees. But then, in other places like Melbourne, for instance, Melbourne doesn't really experience that much heat. So it's always cold in Melbourne, somewhere like Canberra, I think. So it depends on your city. And of course, Darwin is a lot hotter than every other place. Darwin, Northern Territory. Yeah. So you just choose your city according to your
according to how much the weather.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about like the community in South Wales. Like, do you see Black people often there? Do you see Nigerian? Do you have a Nigerian community?
I'll say it depends on how social you are. Generally, Black community is not huge. It's not that much. Um, Especially in this part where I live, you can get a lot more Black people, Nigerian people in like Melbourne,
Yeah.
in Sydney, in like major cities. I don't know why Nigerians they like major cities, sha. But yeah, in major cities you find a lot more Black
Black.
people, Nigerian people. Yeah,
That's
but
good.
in regional areas and some other remote areas, you won't really see
Is
much
it?
Black people. But generally, Australia doesn't have much Black people like in the UK. Like
Yeah.
UK is
Oh,
yeah,
definitely. I
yeah,
know.
and
It's
also
not like you can't compare at all.
yeah, also in America, somewhere like Texas, you get a lot of. It's like another Nigerian city there. So, but it's not that much here in Australia. But
So, how is the cost of living like since you live in South Wales?
yeah, it's relatively high. Yeah,
Okay.
it's high, but then you cut your coat according to your level, according to your
Everywhere,
material.
definitely.
Yeah, and again, the minimum wage is high, so you can't. It's expected, So when the minimum wage is high, it's expected that the cost of living will be too low. There has to be a balance now. So if you are working, if you have a good job, yeah, you won't feel any. Yeah, it's not too bad.
What's the pay? Because I've seen online that is like 21 point something Australian dollar per hour. Then also I read
Yeah,
online that most companies do not pay.
21.38, I guess. Yeah,
Do
just a
companies
little
pay you the
over.
minimum wage or they pay above minimum wage?
Of course, they don't pay you minimum wage. It depends on where your minimum wage is like the least you can get, right?
The least you can get, yeah.
So yeah, so you can't. It depends on your profession,
Mm-hmm.
your what you are doing. So if you are, let's say, cleaning job, yeah, they can give you that minimum wage. But anything from healthcare, of course, you won't see any trace of that minimum wage. Okay, like you now that is a nurse, forget it.
I've seen
Minimum
online,
wage is
I've
not
seen
for
all
you
their
there.
salaries and it's really huge. It's really.
Yeah.
And do they pay bi-weekly? Because I saw online is bi-weekly. How is the salary like? Is it monthly, weekly, or what?
Usually it depends on your contract, but usually it's fortnightly. So
Fortnightly.
fortnight is 2 weeks. So they pay every 2 weeks. I don't think any company or any sector pays every week.
Mm,
Yeah. But you
that's
can get every week, but the 2 weeks.
amazing. Okay,
Because the
so
rent is also weekly.
oh,
So
every week.
rent
We
is
are
every
paying
week.
every month, yeah, and I'm like, okay, how much do you think is like 2 bedroom apartment or house in Australia? Probably just where you live, or 3 bedroom for people that will be coming in with their family and all. How much do you think?
Yeah, again it depends on where you live.
Yeah,
So if you live in the cities, the major cities, obviously it's going to be more
more
expensive.
expensive.
Yeah, but generally I would say like a one bedroom apartment now, this 2022, you would get yeah, you get something like say 600, 650.
Per week.
Yes.
Wow. That's
A week.
is that
Yeah,
like
but if
fully furnished apartment?
like in the cities, but in regional areas or less crowded places, you'll be able to find something around 400, 450, 350, depending on how clean the house is. Because if the house is new, then
Definitely
definitely, yeah, it will
more
definitely be more
expensive.
expensive. Yeah, but like old houses, you can also do shared apartment. Like if you come in and you haven't gotten a job, you are yet to settle down and start making enough money, then you can live with someone. It's called shared apartments
Yeah,
here.
we've
You can
got that
live with
here as
someone,
well.
2 people, 3 people, depending on how big the place is. You just share common areas like kitchen, living area, and then you have your own separate bedroom. So a lot of people do that. Like once you move in, most Nigerians I know, that's how they started. Me inclusive, not me, Sha, but because because I came here to join. I came here to join my husband. So
And he's already done everything for you. Gotten the house. You just come like. Oh, that's good. Well done. So, considering the cost of living and everything, do you think people are able to save money in Australia? And if you think yes, how much average? I know definitely you cannot tell me how much people save, but how much do you think people can save? Say, for example, they are paid minimum wage or something not so high. Do you think people can save, and like how much do you think?
Yeah, you can be able to save depending on how, how your own, some people, their food expenses might be bigger than another person's food expenses.
Yeah.
So I saw someone saying that each person in their household, they bring out like $300 for each person a month. And I was like, 300 a month for one person, that's a lot. So that will show you how, it differs for everyone. Me, $300 can serve us for 300 can serve us for a month, but then that's like regular shopping, like grocery shopping. Obviously, I'm Nigerian, we eat semo, we eat soups. So yeah, if it was for white people, for instance, they just go buy all these their noodles, soups, all of that. So they make it immediately. But for us, we buy in bulk, buy our Nigerian or African food in bulk, buy like gari in bulk, buy rice, buy other stuff. So when we are doing the monthly grocery shopping,
it's not much.
We just buy the basics like normal fresh veggies, you get. So but yeah, generally people are on average, I would say average salary is around a little above 1,300 to 1,700, 800, depending on where it can be more, it can be less, obviously. For if you are just getting the minimum wage, then it will be around 80 something thousand a year. But for other people, it's definitely above that. So yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad. So do you think someone that is earning like say 5,000 every month, like every month someone earns 5,000, do you think that person can be able to save like 2,000 every month?
5,000 every month. That's like a little above 1,000 every week. So yeah, of course you'll be able to save.
Okay.
You'll be able to save depending on how you. Some people are money spenders now, so so it depends on how much you spend. And yeah, anybody can save money really, no matter how little. If you want to save, you save. So, yeah.
Because honestly, here in the UK, it's so hard to save because we've got so much bills and our salaries are not that great. So for me, I think it's very difficult to save here. Yeah. How easy is it for people to get jobs in Australia, especially people that are not in healthcare? Because I know it's very easy to get jobs as healthcare workers, but people outside healthcare, how easy is it for them to get a job?
For healthcare, like you said, it's quite easy. But then other jobs, you can find any job really. You just have to make sure you have the right, you're using the right job websites. They have several of them here. They have Seek, they have Indeed,
Yeah,
they Gumtree, always advertise jobs there. So yeah, for a start, if you're just coming in, don't expect to get your dream job. Except if you are in healthcare, of course. So just pick up something. You will always find something in Gumtrees, in all these jobs. So as you stay and grow, you'll be able to elevate your lifestyle.
So you've stayed in Australia for 5 years. Do you have a PR already?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. How easy is it to get? Is it very difficult, or you've just not applied?
It depends on your pathway. Okay. So if you come in, some people already come in with PR.
Yeah.
For instance, yeah. So, but if you come in as a student, so it becomes a lot, longer and a bit harder. So generally, PR here is not the easiest in the world. It's not the simplest. But then it depends on your career, of course. Nurses are always needed here, so yours won't be a problem. Anything healthcare. But then if you come in as a student and you probably don't know a lot about how these things work, you might, struggle a bit. Some people will have to switch courses along the way because they will find out that the course they are studying might not really get
Yeah,
them there.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it depends on the pathway you, and the quicker you realize and change your retrace your steps, the easier. Because then we're in Sydney, my husband was in school. We didn't really have much information then. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but now we kind of know better, and we've moved to a city that's going to, help us get closer to that dream of ours. So, but if, for instance, you come in as a student, that's why it's always advised that you come in and then you study in a regional area. For instance, if you
Yeah.
study in the regional area, it gives you an extra, I think 5 points or so. It gives you an
Oh,
extra point.
amazing.
Yeah. So if you just come in and then you go to Sydney, like we did, go to Sydney, go and study in Sydney, just waste your time. You just waste your time there because, yeah, if you are studying in regional area, it gives you an extra point. And of course, your age comes to play. The more you delay it, you waste your time in cities. Like, yeah, before you know it, age might not be on your side. So, yeah,
You lose points for those things.
yeah,
And
you
another
lose
thing I heard, I'm not sure, that
area.
regional areas,
Yeah.
that's where there are more wildlife. Like snakes can come into your house. Like you can be sleeping and a spider will jump on you. Like
Lies,
I've read,
lies, lies,
I mean,
lies.
and I
It's
think, to be
so
honest,
exaggerated.
a lot of
It's
people
so
that watch
exaggerated.
my video, that's one of their fears. They're scared of wildlife, snakes and spiders coming into their homes. And can you tell us, have you ever experienced those things, or we are just living in our emotions?
To be honest, I haven't seen a snake like physically. I haven't. I've seen since living here. I haven't.
And
I
I know
haven't.
in my
I
country, I
haven't
don't know
come
if you saw, but
across
in
it.
Nigeria, I actually saw snakes in Nigeria.
Yeah, I did. Of course, in Nigeria I did, but here I haven't.
You
Like
can.
I hear stories of people that say, "Oh, they found snake and they killed snake," but me, with my crocodile eyes, I have never seen any snake, any poisonous, animal or dangerous animals or poisonous spiders.
Okay.
So yeah, it's so exaggerated.
Exaggerated. Okay. But are there things you do in your house to protect snakes from coming there, or what? Or you're just lucky?
No, I don't do nothing. I just stay far away from them. Like when I go places, um, yeah, like you commented on my last
Video.
vlog.
There were signs that
Yeah,
that's a snake.
yeah, there were signs. So I'll just like anywhere I see that sign that there might be snake or there might be spiders, I just avoid it, jeje. Avoid that area. And
And
in every other part of the world, they still have like animals that are dangerous, but you don't go into the bush or the wild looking for
look
them to
for
come
them.
there.
And I heard that even
Yeah,
if you see them, as long as you don't go close to them, they won't come close to you. Is that true?
yeah. I don't know personally. I haven't
You've not
witnessed it.
seen, okay? It's true. I heard that, the
I haven't
best
seen
thing
any,
to
so I
see
wouldn't know how
one,
to
just
react.
walk past
But they
it.
have, yeah, they have snake catchers here. People that like, if you see one, you can call them on the phone. They'll come and collect it because here they don't really kill them. Like
Yeah, it's
they
illegal. I heard that you can be fined like 10,000 Australian dollar if you kill a snake.
yeah. So it's not. You just call them to come and pick it, and yeah,
Hey, and they'll go and pick the snake.
yeah, that's their job now. Some
Ah,
people actually love snakes. You know that. Some people love. They have pets snakes, but me, anything that crawls,
hey, even dogs. I don't like
reptiles,
dogs.
no.
Even dogs. Oh, that's good. At least, hopefully, guys, this will help you like view Australia in a different light, because it's not as
Yeah,
bad as people say it. Just
everything is
like,
not out to kill you. No.
yeah, and I heard that it's very rare for a snake to bite you to death or anything, even that it's not as people say. So if the wild animals is the only thing keeping you from going to Australia, definitely you should turn a new leaf right now. Okay, so don't believe everything you see on the media. Go and see it for yourself. And I don't think if snakes are that like are always in people's home, I don't think anybody will live in Australia. I don't know if anybody wants,
Yeah,
if it's
I don't
that
even
dead.
I don't even see it on the news like that snake. Someone got bitten by a snake. No, I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah. I don't
seen
think if it's that
it.
deadly, people will actually live in Australia.
Yeah.
Now, how is the healthcare system in Australia like? So for us in the UK, we've got what we call the NHS, which gives us almost free healthcare. So do you have something like that, and how functional is it?
We do have, it's called Medicare here.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, some, of course, if you have PR, you have access to it. If you have certain visas, you also have access to, Medicare. We have access to that. We have Medicare card. So when you visit um, a hospital or any health establishment, healthcare, you just present that card, and then if it was here, I would have shown you. Sure. So you just present the card, and then they bulk bill it. They call it bulk billing. So in the sense that everything is being taken care of by the government, so we are not physically paying them. They don't charge you personally, like after consultation, they don't charge you. So they bulk bill it to the government. So the government takes care of that. Yeah, so things like dentistry, or if you want to check your teeth or your eyes, of course that one is not,
Yeah, it's
it's not
same with the UK.
included. Yeah,
Included
it's
as
not
well.
included in the, you have to have like a separate health insurance for that. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, if you earn anything around 90 something thousand, I think 93,000 to 100,000, 100,000 a year. Am I doing the maths well? Yeah, 90K. Yeah. So if you earn anything above 93K, then you have to pay extra for the Medicare.
So you pay tax, right, for Medicare. How much do you
Yeah,
think
you
you
pay.
pay?
Of course, nothing is free now. So even if you have the Medicare card, you have the Medicare. Of course, it's not free because you work, you contribute to that. Even those that don't work, sure, you still get the Medicare. But if you work, indirectly, you are paying for it because you pay tax, and that's what tax is for. You are earning
The
and
more you earn,
giving
the
other
more you give
people
them, because
that
even here
can't
as well,
work.
it's the same thing.
That's why everywhere is peaceful. There are no gun violence and all of that. So because everyone is being taken, the poor people are not left out totally, like in where.
We know.
You know. So when you have people that are so poor and so
And they're still taken care
yeah,
of.
so they will end up stealing from you or attacking you, things like that. But here it's sense now. They use their sense, so
It's
they take
true.
care of those people, those vulnerable members of the society, and then everyone lives peacefully. So I think
Yeah.
it's good.
How expensive is childcare, and how often do you use them per week, or for someone that will be coming in with their children,
Yeah, childcare is a bit expensive. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how much is how it is in the UK, in other places, but it's a bit expensive. It's like $70 per child, around $70 per child. If you want to
Is
put your
that
child
per
in the
week or per month or what? Or per
a
hour?
day.
70 per day.
Yes,
That's so
$70.
expensive.
That's like average. Of course, there are places that are more, like
Cheaper.
up to 100 and something a day. But if you have like two children, they will give you a small, tiny discount. So instead of that 70, 140, they can just say they can collect 120
For the
or
two.
130 for the two. Yeah, and
Well,
depends on how many days you're going to be leaving your child for them as well. You can also get small cuts if you be bringing them more often.
well, considering the salaries are high, I don't think that's too bad, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, in a nutshell, what are the disadvantages of living in Australia? Like, what do you not like at all about living in Australia?
To be honest, there's nothing I don't like to
Ah,
like I don't like at all. But I do. Obviously, there should be disadvantages. Like that time,
yeah,
it's night for you, it's morning for me here.
time
Yeah,
different.
that time because I need to call my family back home. I still have family back home that I need to speak with. So sometimes when I need to get some information from them, I'll be like, okay, let me get my phone and call them. I'll find out that the time is maybe they're already sleeping, and then me, I'll now go do my thing, sleep. Then as I'm waking up, they're sleeping. As they are sleeping, I'm waking up. So it's kind of
Yeah.
it's hard. And of course, the distance also. The distance is not much of a problem really, because
you're not going home
even
every
if,
week.
yeah, there are people that live in Nigeria, they live in Lagos, they've not been to their village
Village.
for 10 years.
Me, I don't think that distance is a
So
problem.
yeah, a lot of people say distance, but if I really want to go home, then I'll still
Take
do it,
two
no
weeks.
matter how many hours.
Yeah.
And of course, there are other countries around here you can visit. New Zealand is there. People go to Bali a lot.
Yeah, it's very close.
Yeah,
It's
Indonesia.
my,
So
yeah.
yeah, it depends
You
on
have
where
to
you.
go to countries close by,
And
definitely.
no one is traveling every single day like that. So
At all.
yeah,
At all.
if
I
you want
agree.
to travel, you'll be able to bring out that time and plan it. Even if it's 2 days journey, you'll get there. So distance is not. It's just that time differential for communicating with my people at home.
But would you advise people to come to
100%. 100%. Of course, it's a lovely place. No issues. No issues. If you come here on time and you have enough information, like now every information is out there. Like so many people throwing information like right, left, and center. So it's not so hard nowadays. So you'll be able to really position yourself well. And yeah, like I said, if you're coming in as a student, you already know you first of all check the course you study, if it's going to land you PR in the first place, so that you don't go halfway and then turn back. Time wasted, money wasted. So just get the right course. Mostly people come here through student visa because it's much easier. Yeah, you already know Australian visa is not so. It's not the easiest.
It's not the easiest,
It's
exactly.
not. It's not. I won't sugarcoat it. It's not the easiest. But then there are some visas like student visa that you are sure. So they need people to bring in that any visa that will bring in money. Anybody money
Yeah,
like
yeah.
tourist visas, student visa, you're coming in with money. That's all they need because they depend on tourism. Right? Yeah. So if you're coming in as a student, then if you study the right course, study it and in the right place, just go to regional area, pick the right course that will land you PR, and then you won't struggle too much. But then everyone's journey is different there.
Different, exactly.
Everyone will eventually get there, but yeah, if you have more information.
I think most of my viewers are already nurses moving to Australia, so I don't think that will
perfect.
Because some employers will give you PR from the beginning, others will give you PR after 1 or 2 years. So I think that will be a problem for them anyways.
Yeah. And of course, there are, even if you want to come in as a sponsored visa, employer sponsored, I think I made a video on it.
Oh, yeah.
Small clip that I just put the website that you can look for.
Yeah. So guys, I'm going to leave her channel in the description box. She's also a YouTuber and she's made lots of videos on everything you need going to Australia, life in Australia. So just check and also please subscribe to our channel, okay?
Please subscribe. I don't just tell you or give you tips on how to migrate to Australia. I show you what it feels like living there. So
your vlogs are always. I always watch your.
Yeah, I'm also a mom, so if you're planning to have babies here, I'll carry you along with my journey, everything, how healthcare is here and everything. So yeah, you get a bit of everything. So please subscribe.
So if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and also leave a comment in the comment section. I will be happy to help you answer any questions.
If you have any questions, leave it here or just.
She will answer because I'm not yet in Australia. I'm just reading, but she's there. She'll be the best person to answer us. So I'll see you guys in our next video. Thank you so much for joining. Bye.